Hello, and welcome back to what is now the fourth round of WLR Tier 2 in the first season. I'm in game chat as well. Why am I in game chat? That's not ideal. 1 second. Give me just a second. So, coming into this round, we have a new leader in the championship in the form of Mipio, who only joined in the second round as a reserve. He's won round 2 and 3 straight, and he leads the championship on 50 points from Ricky X, just behind, on 45, who won the first round and has been just off the podium in those subsequent rounds. Am I not able to go TP? Oh, there we go. So, coming into this round, I'm sure we can expect chaos. It's Jeddah, there's a lot of walls, a lot of corners where people can and absolutely will bin it. It's just inevitable here. Just one massive butter knife shaped track that just means death for many people. Though, as with most races, the Tier 2 tends to be the best. It's that perfect point where everyone knows how to drive, but no one has an ego. And I kind of forgot to put the stream in Discord, but we'll ignore that because Gaff hosted it. Anyway, coming into this round, we've got a lot of reserves again, because we never have a full grid. But one of those new drivers in for this week, I believe he's a Tier 3, I could be wrong, is the Aston Martin, well, for this race, Aston Martin of Ginger Coke, if that's how you say that. It's pretty debatable, but we'll ride on board with him for his first lap in the session. As you may be able to tell, Jack is not here this week, because he's decided to be weird and go to France, which is, well, that's a bit boring, but anyway, enough about him. Let's ride on board with the Aston Martin, going up to the start of the second sector here. It's been an okay lap so far. Obviously, purple in the first sector, because he's the only person to go through the first sector. And so far, looks like a solid lap. He's got a lot of understeer in the car there. That is fair enough, because spinning here is usually just instant death. There's no recovery. You go left, there's a wall. You go right, there's a wall. Half the time if you go straight, there's still a wall. But he's invalidated his lap, so much for that purple first sector, even though he was the first to go through it. Second person to go through it was not the Red Bull of Hyper, it was the other Red Bull of Days, who had brilliant pace last time out in Italy, but he had an early collision with the Ferrari of Nakal that left him in a bad position, but he is at least guaranteed to go on provisional pole here for at least a second, as he is the first man to set a valid lap going up to the line here, and the benchmark is a 28.2. That's quite good, and it is instantly eclipsed by Mipio on a 27.0. That is rapid, and that will probably stick. Blitztroop has gone on 32.4, he is a Tier 3, as Nakal has gone on to a 28.4, just 2 tenths behind the man who he was 2 tenths behind when he murdered him last week. Lucky Nutshot has gone 4th, and SRT Clark, we'll go with SRT Clark, previously to Magnus and many other things, has gone quickest on a 26.3. That is very quick. I've not done a lap here, and I don't intend on doing one, but that seems... That's very good. I don't know if that's quite Tier 2 pace, that seems Tier 1, but that's a bit surprising. Maybe the pace just is that good around here, but anyway, let's try and keep an eye on people crossing the lines. F1CCNZ has gone 4th fastest on a 27.3. It does seem that most people's pace is around the low 27s, though Clark or Magnus or whichever account he's on, depending on which one is currently been banned at that specific time. It's currently quickest quite comfortably. Two cars next across the line aren't going to cross the line because it's the two Red Bulls who are having probably a bit of a race to get in the pits first. No, that Red Bull is about to cross the line because he's invalidated his first lap, and Hyper is going to go P5 on a 28.0, 2 tenths ahead of the Red Bull of Days. But next across the line is Nakal. No, he's pitting. So it's split. No, he's pitting. I'm very not prepared for this, as you can probably tell. I kind of forgot about this until about an hour ago. And not having a co-commentator is a bit of an issue, because I thought he would be here. So, yeah. Anyway. Next car to cross the line is no one, because it seems everyone's still on early on. No, so the Aston Martin Ginger Cup is on outlet. That too was just hit the wall. I don't know how he's managed that, I gotta be honest. We'll pretend that didn't happen, as he could potentially go fastest here. Well, probably not actually, but with that kind of a slide, definitely not. But will this lap still be up there? As he crosses the line, it will be a 128.8, so that's 2.5 off the pace. Seems a bit angry about that there on the straight after. So, the Red Bull of Hyper is coming into the pits, and we don't have many people on track after just a few minutes in the session. But I'm sure someone's on a lap somewhere. Back2 is not. But I think Mipio might be, as he's gone purple in the second sector here. We'll ride on board the remainder of this lap to see what he can do. Going down the final straight. The bit is on the knife edge of the track, depending on how you look at it. And he's smacked the inside wall there. Surely that's not what he's done there. This is an in-lap, so it doesn't even matter. Right. So next across the line will be Lucky Nutshot. I think he's on a lap. Hopefully we have found a car on a lap. He's on mediums though. So I'm not sure how well we can read into this actually. Let's have a look at the tyres, see what most people are on. As Lucky Nutshot goes 6th fastest on the medium. That's quite impressive. So he is the only car on the mediums. He's done 3 straight laps. Maybe this is his practice for the race. Unlike a lot of people, he's probably forgotten the race was on. I wouldn't blame him, because I didn't know it was Friday today until about a few hours ago, when I was told, well, asked if I was commentating. I just couldn't remember. Anyway, oh, my voice is already going. This is not good. 1 second. Alright, sorry, I'm back. So, have we got a car on a lap? Both Red Bulls are on outlaps at the moment, none of them on a flyer. In fact, we've got no cars on a flyer at the moment, except the AlphaTauri of Hayden Gott, so we'll ride on board with him, see what he can do. I believe Lucky Nutshot's going to come into the pits, and the Red Bull Days has just started into turn 2 there. But we'll stay riding on board with the AlphaTauri of Hayden T-Cod. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to go with Hayden Cod, it's easier to say. But it looks like he's on a decent lap so far, 33.1 in the first sector. That is, I think, fairly competitive. I'll be honest, I don't know what's competitive there anymore, because these times are many seconds quicker than what was considered good on the last game. Of course, the track has changed quite a bit into this game, the cars have changed even more. Luckily it's a lot more difficult to crash. It's still Jeddah, I'm sure someone will manage it, I'm sure someone already has and I probably missed it. But we'll stay on board for the rest of this lap with Hayden Cod here. It's looked quite good so far, assuming he's actually on a lap. For all I know, this will end up being an in-lap. Let's get this to It's actually a lap, thank God. Anyway, coming back to the corner where he hopefully won't crash, like a certain lap a while ago. It looked a bit slow there. Is he pitting? No, that's just his line. Coming up to the line, he's going to go from 15th to 11th on a 28.8. Will Days be able to go any better? He's currently 8th on a 28.2, and he can improve to A 27.5, that's quite competitive. Still quite a way off Magnus. Well, Clark, well, I don't know what I'm used to saying. In P1, no one seems to be getting near to him at the moment. Whether he has that in race pace as well will yet remain to be seen. But next across the line is the Ferrari of Nakal, the man who took out Days last week. Got a penalty for it, although he did DNF, so it didn't change anything. And Nakal goes 6th fastest, just a 10th behind the Red Bull of Days. I'm sure Days might not be too happy having Nakal behind him into turn 1 this time, but we'll see how that goes. Next car across the line is not Bert, it's the other Alpine of Ricky X. Before this round he was championship leader and he's going into the pits. But current championship P2 man, who is probably going to be fighting Mipio for it, is in a good place at the moment as the Red Bull of Hyper comes up to the line. He thinks he's got good pace, and he does have good pace. He goes 4th fastest on 27.3. I believe that's not Mipio behind him, that was Back to, who's gone 10th on a 28.8, or he's starting a lap. Next car across the line isn't Hayden Codd, he's staying there. Mipio is in the pits. Who's just crossed the line? Oh, it was Bert, the tier 3 man. Has gone 7th on a 27.6, that's quite competitive from him. Good luck there. Right in the midfield. I mean, you can see here, we've got two very distinct sections of P1 to P2 is a 7/10 gap. P2 to P8, sorry, is a 7/10 gap. P9 to P12 is a 7/10 gap. Then Blitztroop is on his own, and Ginger Coke hasn't managed to set a valid lap yet. Will he set a valid lap now? Nope, he's pitting from an invalid lap into the pits. Has anyone moved further up the field? I don't think so, except the Alfa Romeo of Lucky Nutshot, who is on an out lap, so he's not. Next across the line though is the invalid lap of Blitztroop, so we're going to ignore that. Instead, we'll have a look at who I believe is the Williams of Mipio. No, it's the other Williams, it's Back to. I think this is a lap here, coming up the line. Will he improve? Back to does improve by 7/10 of a second, but only to P9. Not much of a change of position there, as F1 CCNZ has put in a great lap there to go 2nd fastest, albeit 5/10 off Clark or Magnus. I'll decide which one I'm going to say later. But still, that's a very good lap there. Sorry, my voice is absolutely gone. I can't do this at all. Anyway, we've got all 5 of you watching there. I'm sure you don't know. Who is next across the line? I think we'll ride on board with the Alpha of Lucky Nutshot. He's just gone purple in the 2nd sector. We will ride on board with this lap here. He's never been on pole in this league before. I think he's only his 2nd race this season. He might have been on the same road, I can't remember. This might have been his first, but I think he has raced this season. He's gone purple in the 2nd sector. Will he finally be able to put it on pole after a few seasons of racing with this one? He goes 7th fastest on a 27.6. You get the feeling he's probably running quite a low downforce setup there to go fastest in that very straight 2nd sector. So, next across the line will be current provisional pole man. It won't be wait. Oh, that's the wrong coloured car. Never mind. It's not Back to. I thought it was around. Okay, it's an Alpine. Never mind, sorry. It was Ricky X, who is starting the lap. Yep, Ricky X is starting the lap. That colour does look very similar to the Williams on there. But he has led the championship for the most rounds won this season, that being 2 of 3 rounds. He's in a pretty straight fight with Mipio at the moment, where there's certain young drivers, F1 CCNZ, Clark / Magnus. There was someone else. No, I think that's just different time. No. You know what, we'll look at this later. I believe it is just the current top 4 actually that are in this title fight at the moment. I think yes, if that's all. Or he's just having a bit of fun short shifting, I'm not really sure there. 9 tenths down at the moment, which probably means time. But he is one of the only guys on track at the moment, so we'll stay on board with him. Well, off board for now at least. I think he's going to peel into the pits here. He did have a tap of the wall and he's a bit down on his time. And yeah, he's going into the pits. So, who is on a lap at the moment? Only guy I can see is the Ferrari of That's an Invalid Lap. So, that's an invalid lap. The well-known Ferrari driver is not going to improve at the moment. Ginger Coke has managed to invalidate another one. Don't know how he's done that. I mean, there's a lot of walls here. Invalidating is pretty difficult, but you know. Anyway, let's see. Is sorry. Is anybody on a lap? No. Everyone's on out laps at the moment. So we may as well just watch Magnus on lap. Driving slowly around. Maybe the opposite is what he did on that rapid lap at the start. One that I could imagine he won't be able to beat himself. I think that first lap of the session there is going to stay pretty quick, honestly. Nonetheless, is anybody on a lap? Yep, the AlphaTauri of Hayden could have started one, but I think we're going to ride on board with Magnus here to see if he can improve. No, we won't get Hood off. We want to be able to see if anyone can beat that 26.3. I don't think they will, including Magnus, but we'll ride on board here, taking the wide line onto the start of the pit straight to carry as much speed as possible, starting the lap. Wide onto turn 1, using all the track possible. Lovely cut there, just in track limits, really wide on the exit, as close to the wall as you can be, near enough, and it's very good through turn 1 and 2 so far. Lovely track limits there, going through 3 and 4, and the whole S's section. This has been absolutely on the limit there, not going wide enough to clip that curb, just on the limit there, not quite doing the Schumacher special. And through sector 1 he has gone a 10th up on his time so far. That is unbelievable. Right up to the wall there, through, that's probably turn 8, I really don't know. But this has been a great lap. We'll ride on board for the rest, right on the apex there, really close to the wall there. This is a great lap. We'll stay on board with Magnus, I think, for the rest of this. Into the high-speed left-hander of the middle sector. He's gone purple again. He's now 2 tenths up on that 26.3. Rear end looked a bit twitchy through the high-speed there. Has he backed off? Nope, he just hasn't opened the DRS yet. And no traffic into the final sector. Will Magnus / Clark be able to extend that seemingly already uncatchable advantage? Bit of a snap going there out of turn, I don't know, turn 27? It's not 27, where's 27 come from? But he extends to a 26 dead. That is an unbelievable lap. One that I don't think anyone will beat, but we'll see anyway. Next car's across the line. Sorry, is Blitztroop. It doesn't look like he's improving. His red light is flashing. He stays P14. Can the Ferrari of Nakal do anything to beat that lap by Magnus? He doesn't improve there. Next across the line, Mipio has retired. I didn't notice that. Back 2, can't do anything about it. Next across the line is the Red Bull of Hyper. Can he deny Magnus? No, he can't. He goes 5th on a 27.1. What about his teammate Days? They've been very close through this session so far. Days can't improve on his time. The next car to cross the line, though, is the man who is so far closest to Magnus and is 3 tenths up on his lap time so far. He needs 8 tenths, but he is certainly in the running for it here. F1 CCNZ coming up to the line. He had a very clean last corner, looked a bit better than Magnus's, who had a bit of a twitch there, and he does improve by a few tenths to a 26.6, but no one can get near Magnus here, as there's a slow Aston Martin there. Has anyone not crossed the line? Only the invalid lap of the AlphaTauri of Hayden Cod. So Clark / Magnus, I don't know what he's called these days, I really don't, is on pole. That is a mega lap there. I think he was on pole last week as well yeah, he was on pole last week. He did win on track last week, though penalties lost him that win. But, I mean, that's a brilliant lap. I'm sure he can't complain about that. I think that's tier 1 pace. I really don't know. I've not done practice and I'm not racing in that race. But that's unbelievable. So, I think as soon as that Aston Martin gets wheeled in, taking its time, we'll be able to have a look at the full grid rundown. But, I mean, a 26.0 that's quite quick, you know. That's very quick. I would like to see that lap. Jesus, that is an incredible lap by Magnus. I'm not going to stop going on about it, but 6 tenths to P2, a second to anyone else. That's unbelievable. So Magnus is on pole / park for the main race with a 26.0, F1 CCNZ in second, 6 tenths back, followed by championship leader Nipio, a second behind. Then it's Ricky X, Hyper, Bert, Lucky Nutshot, Days, Nakal, Hayden Cod, back to Levy, who is Kyan Discard, Ginger Coke, who did in the end get a valid lap, albeit 3.1 off, Blitztroop, who set a lap 5.1 off, and Xerox, who I believe he either didn't set a valid lap or he binned it. I think he binned it. But, I mean, that's an unbelievable lap from Magnus there. Or Clark, I'm not sure what I'm used to saying yet. I should probably ask him that. Well, so, moving on to this race. As we know, qualifying, it really doesn't matter at Jeddah. Anything can happen, anything will happen, and your quality pace does not matter at all if someone murders you into turn 1 here, which is always likely. It's also easy to ruin your race with just even a tiny bit of wing damage here, because with how many high speed corners there are, just a bit of understeering your setup and you can't recover. So, the question is, will Magnus be able... Oh, I've died again. Oh no. Yeah, you see, he thinks he'll be in a wall. If he keeps it out of the wall, he's done a brilliant job. If anyone keeps it out of the wall, they have done a brilliant job. But, why is the formation? Why is... I put it on, so... Okay, well that's annoying. Anyway, it's lights out and away we go. I swear to God I put the formation lap on, and F1 CCNZ straight away has been taken out. I actively remember putting the formation lap on. F1 CCNZ out. That has ended very quickly then. I'm capturing the game, or at least the settings. Or I'm stupid, but I remember putting the formation lap on. Anyway, Magnus leads from Mipio, who's now in second. F1 CCNZ, the closest man to Magnus, is out already. Though we might need a restart there. I'm not sure, let's see what that says. So I'm going to have to stop commentary for a second. Yep, so sorry about that. Apparently it's a glitch that the formation lock got turned off, but we're gonna need a restart anyway. Which means everyone gets the chance to crash on purpose for once. Of course many of them do it by accident a lot in this league. It's annoying, but there's not much you can do about it, unfortunately. I doesn't know it's a restart. Oh no, never mind. Well, I've got to do the grid now. That's what I do. Yeah, hopefully the settings will work this time. I don't know why formation light wasn't on. The Aston Martin driver in a race on his own has managed to get a 3-second time penalty. Hopefully he realises there's a restart. Anytime now. There's no one in the race, mate. I might just have to make a fresh lobby then. Lovely. Why? Why? What is... Why? Unbelievable. I mean, I can't invite him anyway, because he thinks he's still racing on his own. Wow. I mean, that's a new one, right there. Right, I'm gonna go on mute. Right, well that's annoying. Oh well. So we finally got the grid. It's finally gonna start. Probably should have people joining as reserves mid-race next time. That might help. But anyway, hopefully the formation lot works this time. If it doesn't, then shame, but we'll probably just have to carry. Oh my god, someone's disconnected already. For God's sake! Alright, is the stream still on? Yes, it is. Okay. Very sorry about all this for all 4 people watching. Anyway, oh, we've got 2 identical people doing cheering. Oh, no, there's 3. 3 guys. Have a look above the DLJ sign. Yeah, I'll need to invite people. People will need pause to invite them. Why is the lobby not starting? Right. That's the wrong part. Oh. Nothing goes well. Ever. Okay. Okay, he's joined. He's gonna get disqualified, ain't he? We're not restarting again, it's just a shame if he does. But I'm fairly sure, yeah. Well, anyway. The formation lap works this time, that is lovely. He's not on a mad one. Anyway, hopefully he can retake control, that would be nice. But, finally, we have a formation lap. Everything is working. It's lovely. Hopefully everything stays working. A few people already managed to bin it into each other. That is a real surprise right there. But anyway, we've finally got underway. So, Clark is on pole. I'm gonna go with Clark. We'll forget Magnus ever existed. Clark is on pole from F1CCNZ, who hopefully doesn't get destroyed, and we have finally been lucky enough to get the predicted strategies graph, and it's gone. Lovely. It'd be nice if you could choose to bring that up. But anyway. Magnus. Oh no, I said no. I said I wouldn't say that. Clark is on pole for the first Saudi Arabian Grand Prix of F123. And we are finally going to get started. Because the game just is incapable. And, oh, that's track limits on the formation there. That's easy 5-second penalty for Ocon. Anyway. Magnus for his 2nd consecutive pole, I think. Yeah, his 2nd consecutive pole. F1CCNZ for, I think, his best qualifying since Hungary, where he was on pole. Mipio, current championship leader, is in 3rd. Ricky X, previous championship leader, is in 4th. We've had a few more people hit each other and get disqualified. That is a real shock right there. Hopefully F1CCNZ can take control of his car, otherwise he's going to be disqualified. Though he did bin it on the first restart, so what goes around comes around. But, you know, I'm sure he doesn't want to bin. Well, by bin it I mean he was murdered. Not completely his fault. But anyway, we are finally going to get underway. And I can assure you someone's going to bin it or get disqualified, but hopefully not. So, the lights are on for round 4 of tier 2. And we are finally away. We've got the light glitch again, but by the looks of it, Magnus has got a good start there. We've got a terrible camera angle. F1CCNZ has not been disqualified, and he's actually going to go side by side into turn 1, just forced out there by Magnus. And now we have 2 behind, fighting over P2. F1 CCNT has managed to maintain that. Ricky has maintained third, and I think Mipio's dropped back now to fourth. One of the Red Bulls is up to fifth there, but Magnus leads from his second consecutive pole, same as last week. F1 CCNT, after challenging into turn 1, has not been disqualified, thank God, and maintains P2. He's on the soft tyres. That will be interesting to see. Has he got damage? Clark, sorry, not Magnus, I'm going with Clark. Clark has already got a massive gap out front. Ricky X is really pressuring F1 CCNZ here. You've got to question if he might have damage here, because there's already a 1.5 second gap out front. There's a bit of contact there, I think, between Ricky X and F1 CCNZ. F1 CCNZ stays ahead. Mipio is really close now, behind Ricky X. Sorry, I'm lost for words. But so that Alpine has got some serious straight line speed, as we see in the background. The Red Bull of Hyper send it down the inside of Mipio. It was a lovely move there. Oh, he's gone for a move on F1 CCNZ. I did not see that one. Ricky X has got ahead, and Magnus is way ahead. But the Alpine is up to P2, where he currently is in the championship, and with a result like this, he will, I think, lead the championship once again. Mipio is remaining in fourth, F1 CCN's in third. Have we got what happened? Oh. I hate this game so much. Like, it's unbelievable. It's actually just... For God's sake. What is wrong with this game? So yeah, I've disconnected. That's not ideal. I need to ask Gaffer what's Right, I've managed to get an invite to the lobby that shouldn't have kicked me in the first place, but you know, it's unbelievable, honestly. Like, every year, it somehow gets worse. How they manage it, I really don't know. I can't even get in the lobby. Okay, I'm restarting the game.